Dana, 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 gifted balls. Dana, 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 gifted balls.
Oh, I think that was our best one.
That might have been our best one. That was a great theme song. Welcome back to the Kilted Balls podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Ball Buster here.
Kilted Dragon Chair.
So happy to have you guys around listening to us. Big thing happening right now is NFT NYC going down in New York City. Looks like people are having a great time. As you can see, I am not in New York City.
Nor am I. I am in Charlotte, North Carolina.
And I'm kind of getting some FOMO. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, last week I was ready to join all the FOMO groups of people who were gonna form support groups with each other if you couldn't go, but it lasted like a day. I mean, it would have been sweet to go, but it's just this crazy busy time for me, especially during the week.
It is a busy time indeed, and that's I mean, it would have been hard to get to New York City, but seriously, yeah, I shouldn't say I have FOMO. Like I just MO.
Yeah.
Right? I don't fear it. I know it.
Yeah, like clearly.
Oh my gosh, all you people posting on Twitter, like Bored Becky hanging out with Gary V, Drifter shoots freaking on the billboard.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, you guys are having a great time.
You have to look at great.
So sorry, people, that we are laughing. Yeah, but we are also in the Uncaged right now, and they're posting stuff at us, and they're hilarious. The Uncaged is hilarious. So they're funny. Teasing us about our V friends right now because our V friends were like our thing, like they were our PFPs, and they're like, what is that really bright sun? I'm like, that's not a sun, that's a bold as fuck bat. And they're like, ew, sorry, we don't know our V friends. And then they just told Kilted, they're like, yours looks like a cat with very short legs and a bad shadow.
That's my optimistic otter.
They said they would interpret more Gary V art for us. So
oh, that's hilarious.
Oh my gosh. We may have to let them interpret our Gary V art.
That's so sweet. Oh, it just came across. I saw it up top.
I don't know how many minutes in, but what do you think?
I mean, it was in? Yeah, maybe 2 minutes at the most, enough to sing and say hi. But
and talk about the NFT.
I mean, people, yeah, Gary's hanging out, and then tonight is the wine thing. So and I don't know if you saw it on Twitter. So he did it at, I think it was a South by Southwest, he said. And so he was hinting at this one that he's going to tweet out a location. They're going to do a flash mob there, and they're going to serve wine to everybody, not just V-Friend holders, not, anyone who happens to see it. Maybe they don't own an NFT. And I did make a comment. I was like, isn't that weird that Gary V doesn't have to, no one has to try to figure out who the guy behind V-Friends is, and he's throwing a party for everybody. Like it's epic. It's pretty awesome.
That is just craziness, just crazy.
So yeah, the tweet's going out at 9:30. It's 8:30 Eastern time right now. I guess the tweet's going out at 9:30, and then the location is at 11:30. So it'll be a late night.
I don't think we can fly there in time. I was going to suggest that we fly there and meet up. And I can just skip work. You can skip work. And,
you're the closest, probably. Yeah, I don't have any more.
By plane, it's both pretty close. So.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it'd be fun. It's something I'll have to work in the schedule. I imagine it's going to be a thing moving forward. Although,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're drinking Powerade?
I'm drinking blue Powerade today. And awesome. So little chemistry, biology fun fact for people. If you didn't know this, an interesting thing about blue dye or purple dye that Kilted and I both know. I don't normally drink this when I'm podcasting, but I was kind of thirsty. But it will turn your poop bright lime green.
The blue will as well?
Yeah, blue will. It's actually the blue dye in either one.
Okay,
Like
I thought it
this.
was just purple, but yes,
No,
that
because the
was
purple's a mixture of blue dye and other
that
stuff.
makes sense. That makes sense. All right. See, you're much better. I mean, I knew it. I knew it firsthand, but
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. So talking about
yeah.
NFT NYC a little bit, it's and I guess it's going to happen where there's going to be haters out there and people are going to be crying about stuff. But you know, I'm part of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. They actually rented a yacht. People stood in line to get wristbands, and then they came back and they got to. It was a party on the yacht. I think it was 2,000 ape holders.
Wow, nice.
And
that's a big ass yacht.
The shade that was getting thrown, people are like, "Oh, it's such a sausage fest." Ba 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 ba. But I mean, yes, I agree. There's not enough ladies in the NFT space, and I hope that's changing. There's a lot of smart women out there, and hopefully, it's more. We start to see that more because it generally is a lot of males in the space. But I mean, if I was going to be going there, I just want to hang out with like-minded people. I'm going to be excited. I mean, I can't imagine a lot of people are going there to try to hook up. Like, okay, it's a sausage fest, but like, yeah, and there's a lot of guys there. So I don't know. I just thought that was kind of strange. And yes,
wait, so it was ape holders who were saying that?
Yeah, other ape holders were even saying it, like, "Oh, I'm glad I'm not there." It's, you know,
I
like
thought it was like people who were like bitter about not being there.
Yeah, no, a lot of ape holders that I saw. Well, although one meme I did see, it was a hot tub. It had like 80 guys in it, which is super funny.
But I mean, I would, if I owned an ape, I would love to see who else owns an ape. Just
Yes.
like, and this is all in all honesty, if like Panda was like, hey, I want to have a get together for all of the uncaged people.
Exactly.
I would want to go. I would want to see all of these people who I've been chatting with and see them. And you know, I think he listens to this, but I'm like really still not convinced that Zoll is a real person.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. I always wonder that. So Zoll, if you're listening, I'm gonna say right now 60% confident that you're actually a human. So
wow.
I'm not quite sure. There's 40% of me that thinks that you are an amazing piece of AI work. So that's not meant to be a put down, Zoll. I've complimented you.
No, Zoll was talking to us. He was talking to us on the last thing.
He was. And I thought it sounded like a beautiful, beautiful robot. I was like, this is the best I've ever had one work.
That's awesome.
So but there were some times where there were some inflections, and I was like, okay, maybe not. So that's why it's 60% sure.
Okay, so now you're 60% there.
But I'm 40% awesome. like he's a robot. Yeah. Not really confident he's a robot, but like so if we were taking bets, I'd bet on that.
It'll be great to meet him. Right. What you're saying.
So that's the point. Like I want to see him in person. I want to see Gradients in person. I seriously want to have like a beer with Raging Nick and Raging Lady once she's had her kid. Right? Yeah. Like that would be like what a great time.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Like to just hang out and meet people. Like so anyway, and it's immaterial to me whether they are girl, guy, or robot.
Exactly.
I just want to see these like-minded people who are passionate about something like I'm passionate. So if the V Friends did that, I'd want to see these people.
Well, the V Friends are.
Right, but who are as passionate as me.
Yeah.
Same thing with apes. Right?
So talking about V Friends, I do have a little bit of news. If you're not like part of that, or I mean, if you're part of it or just missed it, Gary, all the gift goat holders had a Zoom with Gary on Monday. So today's Tuesday, so this yesterday.
Mhm.
And it's always tons of speculation, especially with the gift goats. So the big news was there is no news, basically.
So Gary V is seriously the king of no news. He is the king of
very
nothing.
anticlimactic. So our first gift is getting pushed back a little bit more. End of November, I'm guessing early December. Like our friend said, he said if he gets it by Christmas, he'll be excited. But he did talk about, at first his idea was tchotchkes, things like that, some cool things. But
That's
he
what
said
Gary said.
that's what Gary said. Like a Cartier bracelet would be cool, like for all the gift holders. But then he said he wanted to go a little bit deeper than that. And part of the announcement was that each gift is going to be accompanied by an NFT, which I think is pretty huge. So you never know, because the promise is the 6 physical gifts every year.
Yes.
And so we're going from there. But each one now, he said there's going to be 18 NFTs, and what he wants is for the NFTs to be the crazy value. He still wants to have great gifts for us and everything, but like 18 pair of Nike, is that gonna wow people? Even if they're like limited edition, blah blah blah, whatever. So I mean, that was just the example he used. But so yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super glad I have one. It's just really interesting, as far as that's concerned. But he did talk about for VCon that because people, he talked for just a couple minutes and then people ask questions, but he doesn't want to have any sort of hierarchy at VCon. So there's not going to be like special things for the lava people, or if you have very rares or whatever. He's like, he wants it all to be even. And some people are getting a little bit upset on the chat, like, oh, why wouldn't I have bought a whole bunch of cores rather than a bubble gum? But I mean, he never acknowledged that. But to me, it's the intellectual property in the future. If you have, like, say I have the optimistic otter, and he's a super popular character, and there's only one of that one as opposed to 20 of the cores. So I think it's just, I think people are going to try to get upset over other things, or maybe it's just I drink all the Kool-Aid and I don't get upset. So
Yeah, I mean, that could be part of it. Like, I'm sitting here going, I think Gary is not letting down his gift goat holders, but like the gift goat holders thought these were going to be physical, knock it out of the park gifts.
yeah.
And he basically just announced that he's changing the game. Now it's going to be a physical gift with a knock it out of the park NFT, which is not what those people were thinking. They were thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to get a Tesla.
Mm-hmm. Some people were, although at the same time, I'd like to poll everybody and say, okay, who thought that the gift goat would be worth $150,000 6 months in? Nobody.
Well, it depends whether they thought the gift was going to be a Tesla. So if you thought the gift was going to be a Tesla, then you for sure thought the gift goat was going to be worth 150.
No, you can get a Tesla for 40 grand.
Sure you can, but can you get 6 of them for 40 grand?
Yeah, that's true.
So you're getting a lot of gifts, and if you're thinking they're all that high end of gift, like then the gift goat is cheap at 150.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Instead, it's going to be an NFT, and this isn't to be like a Debbie Downer, and this might even be cool, but it could be an NFT that he has framed and sends to you. So you get the physical gift, fit the contract, but it's a physical gift of the NFT, and you're hoping that it's a VFriend 1.7, not uncanny unicorn or whatever the hell it is.
I think it's been rough on him. I think that he's really like putting tons of thought into it, because his thing is it has to be a home run. Like
but you said
everything's riding on it.
What example did you give? Like what kind of tchotchke was he saying?
Cartier bracelet.
What's that?
I think it's a fancy bracelet. Let's see. I mean, I've heard the name Cartier, but I'm not that guy. CART. Oh, wait.
Our listeners are probably way more up on this stuff than us, and they're probably giggling at us right now. So sorry,
There we
listeners,
go.
we don't know what a
It is.
Cartier bracelet is.
So CARTIER is how you pronounce it.
Or spell it.
Yes, that's what I meant to say. Bracelet.
Yeah.
Let's say. I mean, it looks like a higher end, like sort of like bracelet, and whatever. They start at 600, and let's see. Let me switch this to where it is. They definitely go up from there. They're thousands and thousands of dollars.
How much thousands? When you say thousands of thousands.
You want me to tell you the most expensive ones? Okay, I'm at showing, it's going in price order. I just click where it's showing me 70 or 96 of 247 items, and the price is at 20K right now.
Okay. So that's probably around, like, is that where you're thinking he would have gotten it? Or are you thinking he would have gotten you guys the $600 ones?
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea. I didn't even realize that was a thing, but a bunch of people had talked about the Cartier bracelets. So yeah, I'm halfway through what they offer, and they're 60 grand. So they definitely like a higher end.
So equal to a Tesla.
Yeah, exactly. Or more.
Or it could be way, way cheaper than a Tesla.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, and Gina and I were talking about it. So say it is a Rolex or something like that. If it's just, not just a Rolex, because that's iconic, but if it's a Rolex, like I probably just sell it. I have watches that I like. I wear if it's a Rolex says number whatever of 555, gift goat, something crazy, engraving or something like that, I'm keeping it.
What if the face of it was a V frame?
That'd be insane. So yeah, those are all the things in there that can really happen. And I still, I'm not concerned at all. I still think it's going to be insane. I'm still super excited. I mean, I wanted a Tesla, but I might just have to I have my Cybertruck ordered, so just have to wait a couple of years.
I know, I think I should order one too. I'd like a Cybertruck.
Do it.
Do it. Yeah, so yeah, I was looking, Shiba was down a little bit, and I was trying to figure out where to find some money to buy that with.
Are you thinking you're thinking of getting some? So that's exciting.
Well, I just looked at it and it was down, like I said, into the 0.6s, and I was like, man, maybe I should drop a couple grand on that.
You can always stake it, although you have to keep it staked for a while or buried.
I don't know how to stake it, but my thought was if I drop a couple grand and it doubles, which is nothing for something that cheap to double.
It's not that it's cheap, it's the let's see the market. The market no, but it's, you have to think if the market cap has to double. So it's 37.4 billion right now. So it'd have to go, which is still not bad. I think it can.
Yeah. And then you're doubling your money.
Right now, the trading activity is 71% buy, 29% sell.
Yeah, people be buying. People be buying. So that's a good
number. What is it? Where is it?
So there was a new announcement from the 8.1, the Uncaged. So we were laughing about their Discord earlier. We have a good time on their Discord, but they just did a release. So they did their drop. Gas prices are high, but gas prices are high in a weird way. We were talking about this.
Yes, we were.
Gas prices seem really high. Like you click on it right now, it's probably $300. And you're like, oh my gosh, it's $300. That's crazy. But Ethereum is up 50% from a month ago.
Yeah.
So it's really close to the same gas price. It's just that things are so much more expensive because Ethereum went up. So
Yeah.
the price dollar wise has gone up, but the price gas wise is not actually, it's gone up, but it's not
Yeah.
an insane amount up.
Yeah. It's funny because you think of things in ETH until that gas pops up and it shows it in US dollars. And you're like, wait a second.
That's exactly what happens. You see it in dollars and you're like, son of a bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna drop $1,000 on this pretty unicorn, but I ain't paying you $200 for a transaction fee.
Yeah.
Like
Yep,
that's
exactly. That's
the
hilarious.
one thing where credit card companies have it so much better. Like people get pissed about transaction fees on credit cards of 2%.
Yeah.
But that gas fee on this was double the price of the NFT.
Yeah.
And nobody would even dream of paying a transaction fee like that.
Nope. Well,
in the
that's
real
why
world.
that's why Solana's number 4 right now in total market cap.
Yeah,
I mean,
Solana. I looked at it and I was like, oh, I should buy some of that. And I'm like, what am I saying? And I slapped myself.
Good, because it's up a little bit for me. So
No,
I can't have you dropping the market.
But
So
so
are you
anyway-
thinking of doing that?
I'm
Go ahead.
thinking about doing it. I'll have to let people know. So the first thing is so the uncaged drop went slowly because gas was high. Even
Yes.
the whitelisters weren't buying, and the whitelisters was a fantastic deal.
Yeah.
Like I would have bought a normal NFT for what they were selling it. It
Yeah.
was like 0.05 rounded, right? And 0.05 is a great price for a mint, in my opinion. And for a mint like the Uncaged with all its offering and that great community, I was planning on spending 0.1. I had already said that.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was valuable enough that I would have spent 0.1. I probably would have spent 0.3, which
Yeah.
was what the curated were going.
Yeah. That's what I did.
Right. So I'm like, that's a pretty good price. Gas slowed that down. But so now what they're doing is, first off, they extended the whitelist for people, which was awesome. And they said, trying to help you guys deal with gas. So we're going to extend the whitelist. But they also said, people who've already bought and spent gas, we'll do something for you, maybe a raffle. But then they said, not only that, but they're going to take everything that hasn't sold and they're going to put it in a vault so that it doesn't influence the market anymore. So you're going to take something that was already a really limited edition, supposed to be the genesis of the whole series, and not like the other NFTs are coming, right? And so this one is supposed to be the rarest of the rare. And so you're basically getting, the project is the 8.1 Uncaged. And if you had bought, you're getting, going in, you are buying the rarest of the rares for 0.05 if you were whitelisted, or for 0.1 if you're not, or a super rare one like you did for 0.3. But going in, you just bought that.
Yeah.
And that every other thing that's coming out, all the actual real mints won't be as rare. And now they're saying, okay, we sold them. They didn't sell out. We're going to put all the rest in a vault, so they'll be even rarer.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Right? It's like buying one of the bats, right?
Yeah.
Like there's only so many bats out there compared to anything else. So it's all of a sudden is like one of the rare of the rares. Right?
Yeah.
Like, so it changes that. So I'm like, I think that's a good idea. Right? Like put it in the vault. They'll do a slow release of them, a drip release here and there. So people can get those if they want, but then it won't affect the market.
Yeah.
And when they do their next drop, whoever their next character is, say they drop 2,000 of them, 3,000 of them. When people buy those, when they see how awesome this product is, they're going to be trying to get back in on the one, and that's going to shoot those values.
Yeah, it's pretty
crazy high. Right? I think you're going to see those things popping up. And then the question becomes, if you're a person who has multiple, when would you sell those?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna, they would only appreciate in value from there. So that's kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah. I wish I would have pulled the trigger on my third one. I was eyeing it. Gas was scaring me away. I didn't, but that's fine. I have two. I have the normal one and then a artist curated, like you were talking about. So I'm super excited about both of those. I'm interested. I can't remember if I said this on the last episode. I'm interested to seeing if the artist curated comes with artist curated on the secondary.
Somebody asked that. I don't know what the answer was.
I missed it.
Yeah, I forget. It was a while back. Somebody said, hey, if we do artist curated, do we keep getting artist curated? The other thing that you and I'll get, I don't know if Jamie will get it, but you and I will, is we're getting another NFT. I keep forgetting about this, but we get one of the original sketch NFTs.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
Because we're OGs, baby.
Oh, and I forgot to say, sorry about this. All the gift goat holders is not part of the gifts, but we did all get a future access all art pass VFriends edition. So it's we receive access to all art pass NFT access. I guess there's shows all over the world and we can go there. So Gary dropped that in all of our wallets. I forgot about that. We're talking about
So it's
stuff.
an all art access pass. And you don't know what that means, do you? Because I know what that means.
It says access all art VFriends edition holders will receive 1x access all art pass NFT access to all future art events worldwide, including confirmed shows in Ibiza, Sydney, London, New York.
Did you
and
say
pop-up
all
events.
artificial events?
All art. All future art events worldwide.
But was it artificial?
No, future art access.
Oh, art access. Because he has an Instagram that he's doing that is called Artificial.
Okay.
I don't understand it at all, but it's always posting
Yeah.
art, and it's a Gary V thing.
4 curated NFT
Like,
art
look at it right
drops
now.
launching New Day Tomorrow project November 29th. Access all art pass. But one thing going back to that real quick.
Someone on the Discord was like, I'm so confused. I'm trying to buy these, but when I click, it says make an offer.
Mm-hmm.
Let me reply. Public sale ended. Sad
Yeah.
face.
So, and when they're in the vault, you said that they are going to release some here and there in the future. but
Yeah, it
just
said
not
they
too
were
many.
they were hoping to release like 1 or 2.
Oh,
2 to
I
5
did
a
see that.
week or whatever.
I did see that.
Right? And that it would be, the price would be increasing, I think,
Yep.
like every month.
Yeah,
price
they
would
did
go
say
up,
that.
so that it wouldn't hurt the market at all.
Yep.
So if people wanted to get in, and my guess is, and maybe this is wrong, we'll see how it goes, but just knowing the community, my guess is as people joined the community and took an active part in the community
Mhm.
who don't have nails, that they would be like, we'll hook you up, you can go mint a nails.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Like, I mean, that's how I would do it if I were running it. I'd be like,
Yes.
oh, look, this person jumped in when it was whoever the next character is, right?
Yeah.
And they become part of the community, and they'll be like, you know what, you should have a nails, you're awesome, we have one that you can mint.
Yes.
Maybe not, but that's my gut instinct.
Okay.
Right? Kind of like people who were like really wish they were VFriend holders and they're part of the community.
Yeah, they were able to get in. I mean, although the ones that came with the books are different than the original VFriends, but yes.
Kind of
one
like the
thing.
mutant apes, like, oh, I want to be part of the Board Ape Yacht Club, I'm going to join the mutant ape.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can see this.
I see this, yes.
Those of you who are not who are listening, I'm showing a picture from the Zoom the other day. I am sitting next to Gary. We're best friends.
I don't know if you know it, but your hat looks yellow in that picture.
It does. It's an orange hat. If anyone was wondering.
Have you had anybody reach out to you for the orange hats?
I'm just saving them. I'm saving them for something special.
Oh my gosh, people, if you are listening to this, if you have any NFT where the character is wearing an orange or yellow hat,
Beanie.
Either one like
That
this.
looks good on you.
If you have one like that, you just
Reach
let
out.
Kilted know. You can let me know. You can let Kilted know. You'll
Mhm.
get one of these hats.
Tag
We'll
me
ship it to
anywhere.
you.
I'll just drop it in the mail for you. I have a mess of them.
Maybe I should wear it like this.
Love to
Let's
spread the
see.
love.
Different ways of wearing a hat.
Oh, yeah. There you go. It's messing up your hair, though.
You can't mess up my hair.
Yeah, the sailor look is good.
I'm a good looking man.
I bet you people find you sexy.
They find me very attractive. People are very attracted to me. So the funniest thing happened, speaking of that, and this won't make sense to a lot of you, but some of our listeners it'll make sense to. I called Amy on the way home today, and I had Cal in the car. And Cal was like, I'm mad and I'm sad because you didn't pick me up. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. And one of her coworkers jumped on the phone and they're like, oh, I love you. Don't be sad. And I'm like, oh, it's Carrie. And people are like, and you hear him in the background going, did you just tell my husband that you love him on the phone? And she's like, oh, I love you too, Brian. And I'm like, ah! I go, did you hear that, Amy? Did you hear it? Even your coworkers are attracted to me. And she's like, ah, I can't believe you just did that. I can hear in the background yelling.
That's awesome.
I know. I was like, it's true. It's true. So.
Yeah, we were trying to, well, Brian was trying to convince his wife that people find him attractive. So that's the background of that story.
That's the background. That's really the whole story. That's really the whole story. She could not imagine, she could not imagine that anybody would find me attractive. That's kind of the, I think that's what I heard.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That's why I said, I go, so what I'm hearing you say is that nobody would find me attractive.
That's exactly what she said.
And my response was, everybody except you finds me attractive. And she's like, everybody. I go, but you.
That's so funny.
That's just the truth. I mean, that's just the data. That's what it says, right? Especially when I have a sweet ass hat like this.
Well, I hope things go well with your Shiba hunt. You have to let me know.
Yeah. So people, if I buy Shiba, I will tell you all that I'm going to buy Shiba because it's going to drop right after that. So give it a couple hours and then you can buy it at a really low price.
Yeah.
Because as we know, everything loses value when I buy it. So not forever.
Not forever. Yeah, it'll come back.
It'll come back, but for a small amount of time, things will drop.
A lot of people are really thankful you sold your Solana.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sad about that. I think we probably should end this episode. We've been going on for a little bit. Thank you for the Uncaged for making us laugh so hard at the beginning of the episode.
Oh my gosh, yes, thank you.
If you're out there checking out NFT New York, super sweet, super jealous. And I'm thinking about buying some Shiba, so you might want to get ready to buy some when you see it drop. You'll know when I buy it because it'll like have a 5% dip, so it'll be obvious. Anyway, this is Ballbuster signing off.
Kill the Dragon Chair. Love you all.